For all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues with 8 rounds of boxing in the junior middleweight division, and it is being brought to you by DiBella's DiBella Entertainment in association with Showtime, New Legend Boxing, and the Morongo Casino Resort and Spa here in Cabazon, California. Our 3 judges assigned, scoring on a 10-point must system, will be Tony Krebs, Max DeLuca, and Eddie Hernandez. Our referee in charge, the 3rd man in the ring, will be Jerry Cantu. Introducing to you first, fighting tonight out of the blue corner. He's wearing blue with black and silver and weighed in at 155 pounds. Coming to us from Forestville, Maryland, he brings an undefeated record of 13 wins, 1 draw, with 4 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Alantez, SlyAza Fox. And his opponent across the ring, fighting tonight out of the red corner. He's wearing red with white trim and weighed in at 154 pounds. Hailing from Freeport, New York, he is undefeated with 9 wins, 1 draw, with 5 of his 9 wins coming by way of knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the 2012 U.S. Olympic alternate, Patrick Day.
Come on, Alan. Well, it's a little bit high, so right around here is still legal. You understand me? You gentlemen have been giving you instructions in the dressing room. I want a good, clean, hard fight, and you will obey my commands at all times. Touch them up. Good luck to both of you. Are you ready?
A very interesting matchup, this fight, I think. And you got to give credit to both these guys for jumping in the ring against a guy that's pretty darn good.
Yeah, they're both young. They're both making big steps up in class.
Both undefeated, big amateur backgrounds. And this is their first time under the lights and there's cameras on TV, on Showbox, Showtime. Let's see how they react to that. They were real confident, both of them during the fighting meetings. But it's another thing when the lights come on, the camera comes on, let's see how they react to it.
And both fighters really come out throwing hard punches here. It hasn't been a dance or a jab fest.
And amateur experience, Pat Day, 2012 national champion at 152 pounds. And as far as Fox, 200 amateur fights, a lot of fights given that he turned pro at the age of 18. Pro experience, you see Day with a lot fewer rounds. Fox has not been as busy as Day.
While Day is a boxer, and you made this point when we talked before the fight, Steve, that he's not afraid to get in there and mix it up every now and then.
Yeah, he'll fight you.
And he's going to have to fight in this fight. Sooner or later, I mean, he's going to have to work himself under that jab, make it an inside fight, and use angles and not stay in front of Fox. Fox needs to keep turning him and use his reach, his long jab.
Which is what he's doing right now. And it's not a bad jab. It's not just a show-me jab. Mary came with a little uppercut as Day stepped in.
One of the reasons it's a tricky fight for Day. He needs a lot of patience, and he needs a lot of energy.
It is so unusual, even from our perspective here, to see a guy that big in this weight division.
Yeah, I got to give it to Day for taking this fight. I mean, he's undefeated in fighting a 6'5" junior middleweight. Not that many guys would have made this choice, but he said, hey, this is what we're here for. It's an opportunity, and I want to show the fans what I got.
Yeah, we heard a quote from Julian Williams, a bright prospect that we've seen on Showbox on many occasions, and we'll see again. I guess he had a sparring session with Fox, and he said it was like fighting a praying mantis.
And Franco Larza I spoke to about Fox, because he fought him, and he said, you just can't give him any room to punch. You got to be all over him. And Day's trying to do that, but at the same time, he has to be wary of that jab.
The jab in this first round has been effective.
Yeah, but if he already felt Fox's power, he's only got 4 knockouts. You know, he's got to come forward. He doesn't, from, you know, having just 4 knockouts, obviously he doesn't have a lot of power. He's still got to be careful when he walks in, but he's got to try to get in there, because the longer the rounds go and you keep being on the outside with a guy like Fox, he's going to eat you up. You get like hypnotized. You get used to that rhythm.
10 seconds, stop at the bell.
And I think he is trying to fight the right fight. That is Day. I think he's trying to get inside. Fox not making it easy on him.
Box, 10 seconds, stop at the bell. Time. Here we go.
Interesting first round, I thought.
Barry, you made an interesting point in the first round. You said that on occasion Fox does mix it up. And the reason for that, well, when he was in 9th grade, started boxing, he was 5'8". So he had to fight. He didn't have those huge height and reach advantages over his opponents. And sometimes he reverts to that kind of style.
Yeah, I mean, you see that in basketball a lot. A 6'10" or 6'11" guy who was 5'9" or 5'10" when he was in high school. So he's got a good handle. Very similar to what the deal with Fox is here in boxing.
Although I have to say, Fox, as you guys pointed out, did a good job of taking advantage of that reach in the first round. And the jabs, of course, Fox throwing 63. I mean, you know he out-jabbed Day, but 63 jabs in 1 round it's 1 every 3 seconds.
Yeah, it's a steady jab, up and down jab, and he throws his combinations, and he keeps turning him, giving him angles, not staying in front of him. That's exactly what he said he was going to do. Day needs to find a way to cut out the ring and work that small frame. You know, Fox has a small frame. Kill the body, go to the body, and break him down, both sides of the body.
I think it's a very good jab that he throws, actually. It's crisp, gets it back in a hurry.
Well, he can bring it back low, because if he uses his feet properly, he's not going to be in range to get counterpunched.
See, Day he made him miss a couple of jabs, but he stays there, or he backs up. He doesn't work himself in. He's got to stay in the pocket and work himself in, not back up.
You can see that jab just kept Day off of him.
Yeah,
that whole sequence.
And Day's last 3 or 4 power shots have all been short.
Let go, Alan. Let him go.
Day has to make him fight, because every time they get on the outside, that's exactly what Fox is going to do. He's going to grab him, he's going to hold him, he's going to put his weight on top of him and not let him work, do what he wants to do.
So far, a very tactical fight, and a good tactical fight being fought by Fox.
The problem for Day is twofold. One, he's fighting a 6'5" guy. That's obviously a problem. But secondly, he's a natural counterpuncher. He can fight aggressively, but what he does best is counterpunch boxing, show patience, and poison the ring. It's not necessarily something that's going to lead to victory tonight.
And he's getting, that's the biggest mistake you could get frustrated. He's getting frustrated. He's trying to single punch now and trying to bum rush. And every time he does that, Fox is going to catch him coming in with a 1-2.
Fight out of there, gentlemen. Hands free and fight out of there. Let's go.
Final 10 seconds of round 2. And it's been a very effective round so far for Fox.
Ah, no. Oh. Both of you fight out of those clinches.
Come to round 3, and they want 2 or 3 punch combinations from Day. That was a good left hand from Day.
Good advice from Joe Higgins. Combinations. Because Day's been loading up, as Raul pointed out last round, and he's been missing.
And he's, bottom line, he's looking at him too much. He needs to jab his way in, jab to the chest, forget about the head, double, triple jab to the chest, to the body, and then stay in the pocket and just keep pushing. You got to make this guy fight. He's not going to beat Fox from the outside. Just caught him.
Nice right hand.
Yeah.
Day's throwing his punches as if every punch has to count.
And he has to do more like what Heatrop does. Change his speed, just, you know, lay your jab out there, stick it out there, find the range. Once you find the range, then you change the speed and try to land with power shots.
That was a good right hand. He got Fox turned.
Good head movement, but he's not throwing off of that. He's not countering off of that Day.
And there was a good right hand again. I think that might have got Fox's attention.
Fight out of there. Hands free. Fight out of there. Let go. Stop. There you go, box.
You're thinking about this point in the fight, Patrick Day is saying to himself, who the hell have they matched me with?
Yeah, I'm sure that's right.
It's just an awkward style to fight a guy that, 6'5". Look how thin he is, long spaghetti arms, and
Nice combination, right uppercut and left hook. Feels that Day is doing his best work here in this round also. Good right hand up over the top by Day.
I think the reason he's doing his best work, Barry, is Fox during portions of this round has been coming forward. He's coming forward now.
And Fox he said he's the type of guy that could stay in the pocket and find the inside. With Galarza, he did it at times and then get back on the outside. That's when Day should take advantage. Every time Fox comes on the inside, he wants to trade, you got to go with him.
Left to the body, right to the head by Day.
Day's not a huge puncher, but do you get the impression if he's going to do damage, it'll be with the right hand. Because Fox's left hand is low at all times.
Final 15 seconds of round 3. Much better round, I believe, for Day.
10 seconds, stop with the bell. 10 seconds.
Number 3. So far, this fight's been exactly as advertised. Round 4 of this 8-round fight.
What's interesting is through 3 rounds, Fox has thrown almost double the number of punches that Day has.
Yeah.
And very often that can influence judges.
Day's finding a home for that right hand with more consistency here.
Yeah, it's all about spacing. If he's close enough and uses his feet to get close enough and doesn't reach, he'll land that right hand.
He's got good head movement. I think he needs to relax a little bit more. He's too tense in there, trying to load up with every single punch. He just needs to let his combinations flow.
Day still trying a little too hard. Every punch trying to knock down a wall.
Yeah.
Again, he's got to set it up behind that jab. And he keeps jabbing to the head. He's not going to hit him on the head. He's too tall. That's it. Jab the chest.
Well, Day has to make adjustments. He's a very smart kid. A smart fighter. Has a degree in nutrition. Was an honest student. So that's a big right hand by Fox there.
Chopping right hand from Fox. Open glove almost.
Yeah, it looked like a slash. Just keeping everything at the end of his punches, Fox.
Yeah.
It's like Dave's got a little head movement, a little bit like Mike Tyson, like at times.
Yeah,
the way he moves, yes. But he stays there. He doesn't fire away with nothing, and he doesn't try to close that gap. That's the mistake he's making. See, just single jab. That's not going to get him there.
No. Pick him up. No push, no punching. There you go.
It's just a difficult style to fight of Fox. It's very frustrating for any fighter.
Well, if you're fighting a taller guy and you feel he can't punch, is it easier to put pressure on or not necessarily?
Absolutely. I mean, the guy can't hurt you, so you bring it to him. I mean, you might get hit 2 or 3 times, but if you get in and you land a big shot or you stay in the pocket and you stay there and you land your combinations, that's going to work. You continue, but you got to continue to do it and push him back. You got to make this guy fight.
He's allowing Fox to dictate the tempo of the fight.
He's letting him think too much. You gotta make him, get him uncomfortable. Get him out of that position. Don't let him think like that.
No more.
Well, again, I go back to our conversation with the fighters, and one of the things we talked to Fox's people about was how this fight was going to be fought, and his people said with his jab and his height, he should be able to dictate the fight And that's exactly, at least in my opinion, what's been happening.
I'll give you a plus and a minus for the second half of the fight for Day. The minus is that he's never been past 6 rounds, where Fox went 8 hard rounds with Galarza. The positive, he's a smart fighter. He has to make adjustments, and I fully expect him to do that. But he's got to do it now, because it's only an 8-round fight, and he could be down 3 rounds to 1, which means he's almost has to sweep the second half of the fight to win.
And one of the things they did say about him was that he does make good adjustments. Now, let's see if that continues.
Break, gentlemen, break. Hand free. Let him go, Alan. Let him go.
Nothing gets you more fatigued than throwing big shots and missing, and Dave's done his share of that.
And all the holding too, that's wasting unnecessary energy. I just don't see Dave making any changes. I think he's already hypnotized, and he's going to keep fighting that way. He looks frustrated to me. You see all them little cute moves by Fox, jabbing out from different angles, from the bottom, from the top. He's real loose in there. He's happy.
Uh-oh, there was a right hand. That, I believe, got Fox's attention.
Fox never down as a pro. Dave was down once, but it really was not a clean knockdown.
See that little peppering jab? He said he's going to pepper him away. That blinds you. You know, it blinds him. Then you come right back with a right hand behind that jab, do damage. Even though Fox doesn't have that power, but if you keep that jab on you, it's going to blind you. That's exactly what he's doing today.
Well, you can see where he would frustrate a fighter. And I think your point is well taken, that could be the case here. There was a clear shot of the right hand, and Dave was just a little short with it.
Got to close that gap. He's got to get closer. See, he backs up. It's a bad habit because he gets in the zone, and it seems like he gets in the pocket, but he keeps backing up. And his trainer, Higgins, already told him, you're backing up. Uh-oh.
There was a right hand, and that did get Fox's attention.
Dave might be stealing this round with a big last minute.
Yeah. Final 10 seconds, and I think the round could still be there for the taking. That last round, I think, could be a real pivotal round in this fight, depending on how the judges saw that.
Yeah, it's swing round for sure. And you know, as you see Dave load up on shots, I think he's landed the harder shots in this round. So in this fight, so you have the judges having to look at Fox's jabs against Dave's power punches. That's an age-old argument. Which one deserves more credit? How do you score the rounds? It's not easy to determine.
No, it's also one of those fights where that old nondescript ring generalship comes into play.
You know, that 5th round typical because Fox landed more punches, but they landed more power punches. Fox boxing with his mouth open now, sucking a little air.
He's got his chin up in the air. When he backs up, he keeps his chin up. So Day has the opportunity to catch him with them wild overhand rights he throws.
That chin is way up, though.
Yes, not way.
Yeah, he keeps his hands so low, but he's hard to hit.
Oh, there goes that overhand right, though.
There you go, there you go, there you go, there you go. That's what I want to see, just like that.
See, they can't stay in this neutral zone like this without doing something. He has to dip, bend, whatever, but keeps coming forward.
And throw punches.
There he got there with a left to the body and a left to the chest, rather, and a right to the head.
See, he backs up. A while ago, he ran at him, then he's backing up again. It's not a good rhythm.
So many times when Day throws his power shots and misses, it throws him off balance because he's throwing them too hard.
Good right hand again.
Second down.
Started to get there with more regularity with that right hand was Day. Round 7 of this 8-round fight. And I think the judging is going to be very interesting. It's been a very difficult fight to score.
Yeah, because you have two guys in there doing such different things. Fox has averaged 55 jabs around.
I mean, he's scoring points with that jab. But then again, Day comes, he catches him with power shots. So.
One thing Day has not done very well is go to the body. He's not been effective going to the bottom. And 7 rounds or more, well, it's pretty new to both guys. Fox did it with Frank Galarza in an absolute war. Day's never been past 6, never been scheduled past 6.
Again, Fox just initiating most everything. Day missed with 3 shots.
Some little peppering shots. He keeps catching them with 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Double jab lead. Simple combinations.
Fight out of hand free. Let go. Fight out of hand free. Come on. Step. 2 steps back there. Here you go. 2 steps back, box.
Right hand, back Day off of him. Good body shot with the left hand by Fox.
Yeah, he's sitting down on them body shots.
Day's corner wants him to come forward. He's not doing it a lot.
Yeah, he's really backing up in this round.
Who's the aggressor now?
Yeah. It's been a pretty convincing round for Fox.
Definitely has got the momentum going, got the confidence. He looks more alert, landing good body shots now. He's bending on his knees, Fox is.
Credit both these guys. 22 years old, both of them.
Yeah.
First time on national TV for both.
Right on the border, so you don't worry about that.
Both taking on very, very tough opponents.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you an idea of the level of competition that goes into making him a record. Louison, when we saw get whacked and was just in no contest in our first fight, was 9-0, remember, coming into this fight. So we come to the 8th and final round here, and Joe Higgins in the corner of Patrick Day said, you got to go out and win this round. So obviously there's some concern in his corner.
And there should be. Fox landed his high in connects in round 7, 27 connects.
How about your cards, Steve?
Well, I have Fox ahead 67-66. If I had to guess which way the judges had it, maybe they have it another round for Fox.
Yeah, I have it more lopsided for Fox.
Yeah.
I got it for Fox too by 5 points, guys.
Wow.
Yes. There goes that overhand right. But just one shot ain't gonna do it with Fox.
I think conventional wisdom would say that Day does have to win this round. Day to come forward. He's not doing what his corner is imploring him to do. He did get that with a left hand right there.
Well, he's lingering in a bad area, in a zone where he can't reach Fox. You see him lingering, nothing coming. He's not moving his feet enough.
See, that's what I'm talking about. He gets in there and then he gets back up.
Yeah.
Throughout the whole, that was a mistake I think he made throughout the whole fight. He gets in there, but takes a step or two step back. Then you got to work yourself back in.
By loading up as much as he has, I think Day has also given Fox the ability to see the punches coming, step back. That's why so many of Day's power shots have been short.
I wonder at the beginning of the fight why Day would take a fight like this. I mean, fighting a tall guy is tough, is awkward, especially a guy like Fox. Now we see why.
Yeah.
There are easier ways to make your national TV debut than fighting a guy who's 6'5".
I'll say.
And with that said, should you guys be right and Day loses this fight, it's not the worst loss in the world either.
No, I don't think it's the end of the world. I mean, he's losing to a good fighter, and he's going to learn from this. He'll come back from this. He's talented.
I'm not sure Day's winning this round either, though.
No, he's not.
Stop at the bell.
Fox feeling very confident right now in the final few seconds. And that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 8 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. Judge Max DeLuca scores it 76-76, even a draw. Judge Eddie Hernandez scores it 78-74, and Judge Tony Krebs scores it 80-72, both in favor of your winner by majority decision, Alantez, SlyAza.